The Antikythera Mechanism. The computer that shouldn't have existed for 1,500 years. Divers pulled a lump of corroded bronze off a shipwreck and almost threw it away as junk. It sat in a museum drawer for decades before anyone realized what it actually was. A machine so precise, so mechanically advanced, that nothing else like it would be built again for over 1,000 years. Ancient Greek engineers had built a computer, and then the knowledge of how to make it simply vanished from history. In 1901, a group of Greek sponge divers, sheltering from a storm near the small island of Antikythera in the Aegean Sea, discovered the wreckage of an ancient Roman-era cargo ship resting on the seafloor, dated by the pottery and artifacts recovered from the site to sometime around the 1st century BC. Among the recovered treasures, statues, jewelry and coins was a small, unremarkable, heavily corroded lump of bronze and wood that initially attracted almost no attention at all compared to the shipwreck's more visually impressive finds, sitting largely ignored in storage at the National Archaeological Museum in Athens for months before a museum archaeologist noticed something unusual, a barely visible gear wheel embedded within the corroded fragment, suggesting the object had once been some form of mechanical device rather than simple decorative metalwork. What researchers gradually realized, through decades of subsequent study using technology that didn't even exist when the object was first recovered, was that this corroded bronze fragment represented one of the most sophisticated mechanical devices ever produced in the ancient world. A complex geared mechanism now understood to have originally contained at least 30 separate interlocking bronze gears, housed within a wooden case roughly the size of a large book, designed to calculate and display astronomical information with a level of mechanical precision and complexity that modern historians of technology had previously assumed simply didn't exist anywhere in the ancient world. Detailed modern analysis, including advanced X-ray imaging and 3D computer modeling conducted in the early 2000s, finally allowed researchers to understand the device's actual function with genuine precision. The mechanism was designed to track and predict the positions of the Sun, Moon, and likely several visible planets, calculate and display the phases of the Moon, predict the specific timing of solar and lunar eclipses years in advance, and even track the 4-year cycle of Panhellenic athletic games, including the ancient Olympics, all accomplished through an interconnected system of precisely cut bronze gears that, when a hand crank was turned, would mechanically calculate and display these astronomical positions and predictions with a level of accuracy that genuinely surprised researchers studying the mechanism's underlying mathematics. What makes the Antikythera mechanism so genuinely disruptive to historians' understanding of ancient technology isn't simply that it existed, since ancient Greek astronomers were already known to have possessed remarkably sophisticated theoretical astronomical knowledge, but that someone had successfully translated that theoretical knowledge into a working, precisely engineered mechanical device, requiring gear-cutting precision and mechanical engineering sophistication that the historical record previously suggested wouldn't be matched again in European technology until the development of complex mechanical clocks over 1,000 years later, during the 14th century. This created a genuine, significant gap in the historical record that researchers have never fully resolved. If ancient Greek engineers possessed the knowledge and manufacturing capability to construct something as sophisticated as the Antikythera mechanism, why does no other comparable device survive from antiquity? And why does the broader historical and technological record show no clear, continuous line of similar mechanical innovation extending forward from whenever this specific device was actually constructed? Some historians have proposed that the Antikythera mechanism may represent the surviving example of a broader tradition of similar mechanical devices, referenced somewhat vaguely in surviving ancient texts describing planetariums or astronomical devices built by figures including the renowned mathematician Archimedes, suggesting a genuine manufacturing tradition may have existed that simply failed to leave behind additional surviving physical examples, whether through the general fragility and rarity of bronze objects surviving intact across 2,000 years, or through the specific catastrophic disruption to Mediterranean scientific and technological continuity caused by the eventual decline of the classical Greek and Roman world. Modern researchers examining the mechanism's construction have identified inscriptions on the device itself, referencing astronomical calculations and calendar systems specifically associated with the island of Rhodes, along with correspondence to a specific ancient Greek calendar system, evidence that has led several researchers to propose the device may have been constructed in a workshop connected to Hipparchus, one of ancient Greece's most accomplished astronomers, known to have worked on Rhodes and to have developed several of the specific astronomical theories the mechanism's calculations appear to incorporate. Though this specific attribution remains a plausible, well-supported theory, rather than a definitively proven historical fact, since no direct documentary evidence confirms the mechanism's actual manufacturer or original owner. The device's presence aboard a cargo ship, alongside other clearly valuable and decorative items, has led most historians studying the wreck to conclude the Antikythera Mechanism was likely being transported as valuable cargo itself, possibly as a gift intended for a wealthy Roman patron, or as part of a larger shipment of Greek scientific and artistic treasures being transported toward Rome during a period when Roman elites had developed a genuine, well-documented enthusiasm for collecting sophisticated Greek scientific and artistic achievements, a demand that suggests devices like the Antikythera Mechanism, however rare in the surviving archaeological record today, may have represented a more established, if still genuinely exclusive and expensive category of luxury scientific instrument during this specific period of the ancient world. What makes the Antikythera Mechanism endure as one of history's most genuinely significant archaeological discoveries isn't simply its individual mechanical sophistication, remarkable as that sophistication genuinely is even by modern engineering standards, but the specific, unsettling historical question it raises about the true extent of ancient technological knowledge that has simply been lost entirely to history, surviving in no other physical form and referenced only obliquely in a handful of ancient texts that most historians, prior to this device's rediscovery and eventual proper analysis, had generally assumed described exaggerated or purely theoretical concepts rather than genuinely functional, precisely engineered mechanical devices. More than a century after Greek sponge divers first recovered this corroded, unremarkable-looking lump of bronze from a shipwreck, researchers continue actively studying the Antikythera Mechanism using increasingly advanced imaging and analytical technology, still refining their understanding of its full capabilities and construction, a genuine, ongoing scientific investigation into an object that fundamentally altered modern historians' understanding of exactly how technologically sophisticated the ancient world was actually capable of becoming, well over 1,000 years before conventional historical timelines suggested equivalent mechanical engineering would ever be achieved again. If stories like this, where a single accidental discovery rewrote everything historians thought they understood about an entire era, are exactly what you come here for, subscribe to the grave details, because history holds more stories like this than most people will ever know.